brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, fathers, mothers. So please join us as we take a moment to remember those.
Turn the TV.
Alrighty.
All right.
Tell them where we're at.
Welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense, guys. Hopefully you don't mind us starting to show off on a little bit of a serious note, but obviously we all know the tragedy and everything that happened over in Cabal the other day. Not a very political person. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. I just wanted to take a moment and honor those soldiers and pay our own little tribute to them. Yes, I know, Jeff. You can go for days with your
for days about the fuck up Cabal, but
yes.
To end the series, let's get back to the dick and fart jokes.
But anyways, it is Saturday night. Welcome everybody to another episode of Nonsensical Nonsense. With you as always, myself, Glick, and hanging out with Jeff. If you're not already, feel free to check us out on social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. And as of today, effective immediately, as of this recording, we are live on Twitch as well. Not Jeff's page, but the Nonsensical Nonsense page. Also, you can check out every episode of the podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple Play, or anywhere you get your podcast listening jollies from. You know, go give us a like and a thumb and yeah.
And of course, you can
email last
us
but not least,
podcast@gmail.com. Listening jollies. That's weird. It just sounds like
last week.
Oh, mama.
Well, last week you got your thumbins. This week we got your jollies. We're covering all bases here on Nonsensical Nonsense. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Summer. And Cameron's here, and Summer's here. Chucktown, lay it down. No, I did not forget about you. Summer and Cameron. Summer and Cameron both said very nice on the tribute. Cameron said nice job, and props, including the Coast Guard. Cameron, I specifically looked for the bagpipes and 21 gun salute video that had the Coast Guard in there. So that was 100%, not to toot my own horn or pat my own back, but I 100% did do that intentionally.
No, that's good.
So Cameron's dad's retired Coast Guard.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So, no, like I said, it's very rare that we do start on a serious note, but tonight it was needed. But as
Yes.
Jeff said, we will be rolling right into the dick and fart and rape jokes
Yes, of course.
and
'Cause that's
having
what-
sex with your dead wife.
Yeah, we're just weird.
Speaking of your wife, no, she's not dead, but I do have a little bit of an itch to scratch here. I was going to bring it up when we were talking before the show, but I figured, why do that when I can do it on the show and it can be that much more enjoyable? because
she's not.
Because this morning you messaged me, no big deal. Hey, we need to start a little bit later. We got a sick family member, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll do a 9:00. It's Saturday night, no big deal.
Right.
And then you message me later, and you're like, I'm not going over there. That old bag's like 300 years old. I don't even know why she's not dead yet. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
We're not related to this woman by any means, except for my mother-in-law married my wife's stepfather, who is 60 if he's a day, closer to 70, I'm sure. It's his mother. Now, I've never met the woman, and why the hell would I be going a 2 to 3 hour drive one way? And I'm like, you know what? I'm sure the kids don't want to go. Why don't you drop them off here? And as soon as I said that, I was like, wow, that was a bad idea. But as I said, drop them off here, and you guys go. So this morning, they're dropping kids off, and I'm like, shit, that actually worked. I don't have to go.
Yeah, right. But that's not what I have the bone to pick with you about, because
yes, no, I know what you're having the bone to pick.
As I made the accommodations on my end, and not really made accommodations because it's Saturday and I didn't do shit. I spent most of my day sitting on the bed actually working on this podcast because
I worked on the podcast sort of.
Last Saturday's hurricane episode was probably one of the hardest episodes that I've ever had to edit, because
I don't doubt it, because every time I got kicked out, your audio went to shit.
Yes, I wound up actually cutting out like 20 minutes.
What the fuck happens?
Yeah, I wound up cutting out like 20 minutes of that. Your fart should still be in there. Yeah, your fart's still in there because it was earlier in the show when Jeff was still there. I'm gonna bring that up too. So, so I did that, and then I had to do an outro, and you know how hard it is. I say this as you and I just talk randomly, incoherently for hours as it is, without any problems. But when you're trying to do something,
specifically, yes, no,
yeah, specifically, yeah. So I had to.
I'm still working on the one YouTube video.
Yeah,
it's been over a week.
it took me about 20 tries to get the outro where I was happy with it. But anyways, so that's neither here nor there. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like I said, I was working on the podcast today, working on other stuff with the podcast, and just all around just being lazy. But a half hour before we're scheduled to go live at 9:00, you message me and go, "Hey man, if we could go live like ASAP, that would be extremely beneficial because my wife and her friends are at the bar." And,
no, they're actually
they're on
a boat.
Well, they're on a boat.
They went on the Captain Hook boat.
Well, they're on a bar, wherever the hell they're at. I gotta go pick them up at 10:00.
Yeah.
To my response was, "Fuck that! They can get a cab and bring their asses home because you're gonna have to get the cab."
Then they'd have to get another cab to go pick up the car.
Well, that sounds like a them problem, not a you problem. Maybe they should have planned out their night before they went out and decided that everybody was going to get drunk. Plus, you live in Mexico, so it's not even illegal to drive drunk. It's perfectly fine. It's actually the norm.
They actually, on the weekends, they have checkpoints or DUI checkpoints. I guarantee
they are all definitely getting. They are all definitely getting dick down, and none of them by Jeff. That is 100% accurate. Well, again, whoever drove, it sounds like a her problem that she's going to have to then get a taxi tomorrow to go get her car.
Why don't you guys, instead of driving, why don't you guys just take a fucking cab, leave the car here?
Mhm.
And their response was, yeah, but then we have the car here. I'm like, yeah. And seriously, they got on the boat and then they called me, and I was like, see, if you would have left the car here, you could have just gotten a fucking cab and come home.
Well, they can still get a cab, and her friend can go get her car tomorrow, because that sounds a whole lot of like their problem and not a you problem. But I'm also coming to the understanding that your wife apparently can't wipe her own ass. So you are a good little bitch. So
I do a shit ton, but I get a lot in return.
Okay.
Oh, I get a lot in return.
Okay. Well,
oh my god,
inquiring minds want to know because.
Oh, I can't go into detail because there might be children listening.
Oh, because we're I don't have to do
friendly podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because apparently we have a G rated and a G rating. I better stop putting explicit. Oh, well, I don't have to do a quarter of the things that you do, and that's not a problem for me.
Yeah, but
outside of the fact that there's 500 miles between us. But
I was gonna say, let's see you get laid tonight, Chris. See you in what's a 7-hour drive? If you
well, I mean,
you get some by noon tomorrow.
No, I get down there a little bit earlier than that. Well, that and I'm probably not allowed around her right now. So,
see. Well, I actually did do work on the podcast today. I built my awesome boom mic that actually fucking works. I'm actually kind of impressed with myself.
Well, you did work to benefit and help you on the podcast. You didn't do work for the podcast.
No, that's not true. Last night, while I was watching,
Summer has COVID too, so I can't go down there and get laid. Even if she was here, I couldn't get laid.
Yeah, see, where I can, because
but I also would not have to go pick up her and all her drunk ass friends from the bar because they were
my wife,
dumbasses and thought they were going to drive themselves rather than taking a cab or an Uber to the bar.
Well, I think it all came down to the DD decided at the last second, maybe I will drink.
Well, then you know what? Then it sounds like a DD problem. She can sleep in her fucking car. And the other girls could take a cab.
But we went to the pool today, and holy shit, dude. I'm paying for it now. I'm sunburnt like you read about. Because my wife got the brilliant idea. My wife is off this week. And
she was off last week. How many weeks is she off?
She's off this week. It's Wednesday to Wednesday is her week.
I gotcha.
Yeah, her week starts on Wednesday. Yeah, that's when they officially switch hotels. So we're sitting there, and she says, hey, I got an idea. Let's go get stuff for breakfast. We'll make quesadillas for breakfast, and, we'll go get ham, and we'll get the Oaxaca cheese. We'll go get new tortillas, blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, let's go. Put my shoes on, and she's like, oh, no, we're going to take the bikes. I was like, oh, no, we're not. So after arguing for about 35, 45 minutes, we hop on two 20-inch bikes. I'm 40 years old and a heavy smoker. My wife is, 32? And doesn't do exercise because she works all day and she doesn't have time. And when she gets home, it's playtime. So we get on these bikes and we ride for maybe 6 blocks is the distance. And it's flat ground. I'm fine on the way there. And we pick up what we need. And the biggest problem is I'm on her brother's bike. Now her brother's bike, the pedal arm that the pedal is attached to is bent.
Why didn't you just take your son's bike? Doesn't he have a 20-inch bike too?
My wife was on his bike.
Oh.
Because it's the newer bike, blah, blah, blah. She's not the best rider in the world in the first place. So
Well,
I
she's
said,
probably
fine,
still
I'll
learning,
take
being the fact that she's only like what, 9?
it. Yeah. Well, I think it's her and I discussed this. When I was my son's age, if it was daylight out, I was outside on my bike constantly when I was his age.
Oh yeah,
And
we
the
rode
fact
our
that
bikes
he watches
everywhere.
TV and plays video games, and I'm like, dude, you got a bike. I'd be out there. I mean, that's why I can still ride like the wind. So we get to our destination, and I'm on this shitty bike. And I said, you know what? I want to go to the little hardware. It's like a mom and pop hardware store. I said, I want to go over there. It's 2 blocks away. And she's like, and I said, look, you wait here with all the shit we just bought, because we bought stuff to make pina coladas today. We bought stuff to make breakfast. We bought stuff, fruits and veg and all that shit at the little mom and pop shops that are there. So I'm like, all right, no big deal. And I'm to myself, I'm thinking, oh, it's only a block away, no big deal. So I said, look, you sit here on this retaining wall in the shade. I'll take the good bike and I'll run over there, get the 4 bolts and wing nuts that I need to build my boom. I get the first block and I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up. It's 3 more blocks.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah, well,
I rode the 3 more blocks and then 1 block over and then back. And when we got back to the house, I laid on the floor for 10 minutes.
well, as we've discussed and discovered several times throughout this podcast, that you and math and numbers and adding and subtracting just don't work out, because you also said a few weeks back that you made it from.
If I were to walk it, I could literally walk it. It would, of course, take me longer,
Yeah.
but I could have walked it and come back to the house and got right about my day like nothing had ever happened. But for some reason, she had a bug up her ass about, let's take the bikes. We have bikes, let's use them. And I'm like, this is dumb idea. I'm telling you now, it's a dumb idea. And it is maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, and it is 10 billion degrees outside because it's Mexico. There's no rain, it's all sun, and there's very little shade at that time of day going the way we're going. And like I said, I got back and I laid on the floor while my kids brought me water. It's terrible.
Well, that's just a sign of A, you're getting old as fuck, and B, you smoke more than a fucking locomotive. So
Yes.
there's that.
Yeah, I mean, it was not.
Those are multiple factors that you have going against you.
But I said, listen, the next time you get a bright idea like this, I'm going to remind you about this right now.
Yeah.
But I got back. I was seriously just like no saliva in my mouth, just dry like a Sahara desert.
Why didn't you take water bottles or buy water when you were at the store? I mean, you were right there at the store. I know you can't drink the water down there, but
I mean, it's one of those things. It's like I had so much stuff in the book bag I took with me that it was ridiculous in the first place. But on top of that, there's no place. She can't ride and hold a water bottle at the same time, and I'm not stopping every 5 fucking minutes. When I go somewhere, I go get what I get, we'll get what I need, and get the fuck back.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, just like if I'm going to go buy a drill bit from Home Depot, I pick up my fucking drill bit, I go to the cashier, I get the fuck out. Why? Because I know I can't afford everything else in the store that I'll spend 3 hours looking at. So I don't look at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the other thing is that generally with men, when we go shopping and we go to the store, we go for a purpose. So we're not gonna go in there and spend 4 hours, because when I go to the store, I'm in and out. I'm very direct. I don't like to spend a whole lot of time in the damn store. I think
most men are like that, anyways. Like my wife is not a window shopper, but like she won't go, oh, let's go look at this and go. But when she does buy something, she's gonna try it on. She's gonna check different colors, and I'm like,
Well,
you know what?
yeah.
Just buy all 6 and let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I mean, and that's the other thing. I
don't
mean,
care
like,
if they're $300 a piece. Put in the fucking cart. Let's get the fuck out of here.
yeah.
Because
That's the
of
other
the
thing.
same
I
fact,
know what
I hate
I
to
know what
leave my
size I
house.
wear. Yeah. Well, and when I go shopping for clothes, I know it. But I know what size I wear. I know what I want. I know what I like. So I don't have to try on shit. But I will say,
Well,
you know,
the difference is as guys, we don't buy skin tight jeans.
yeah, I was gonna say in the defense of women, though. I mean, depending upon the shirt, the style, the way it's cut, the way it, you know, the way it
Yeah.
flows, this, that, and the other thing, they got to make sure it fits right and everything's
Well, yeah,
proper.
I mean, and my wife has got a big old booty, so you know where one size would technically fit, it won't get over her ass. She's got a smaller waist, but she's got a big ass, and don't get me wrong, I love that ass, but it's like that ass is causing me to stand in this fucking store holding a purse for 3 hours. This is not cool.
Oh, you're too manly. You're too much of a man to hold a purse.
It's not even that. I don't care about. We went the other day.
Summer shops online.
Purse all the time. But
your purse or her purse?
Hers, obviously. I barely carry a wallet. I've had the same wallet for like 6 years, which it's about time to get a new one because I can, like, if I put change in my wallet, it'll fall out. So
why do you put change in your wallet?
It's a habit. It's like if somebody hands me a bunch of stuff, I just open my wallet, throw it in. I don't care.
My change goes in my pocket, and but I don't know. Yeah, I'm the same way with wallets. My last wallet I had actually my last wallet that I had, I think I had since high school, and I just got a new one about a year or so back, and that was a birthday gift.
Before I got this wallet, I just literally shoved everything in my pocket because I was just like, because that's another thing I don't like shopping for. If I see one, okay, there it is, I'll take it. I don't care.
Well, that's not something that you shop for.
Right. Well, no, because I was in they have a store down here called Casa Verde, and Casa Verde is basically like a Spencer's Gifts. I mean, they got the model cars, they got funny T-shirts and all this stupid shit. But they had this really cool Deadpool wallet, and I was like, I want it. But now I don't know about you, but I am not a bifold wallet guy. I'm a trifold. 3 ways to open. It's got 3 flaps, so to speak. Bifold just freaks me out. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose something somehow. So I didn't buy it because it was a bifold.
Oh, I don't care. Bifold, trifold, it don't matter to me.
With a little snap, and I was like, that'll just catch on my pockets.
I'm
real quick.
I don't care because it's not something that I've ever shopped for. I think I've shopped for a wallet one time in my life, and that was right after I got my driver's license. And my old man was like, "You need to have a wallet to put all your stuff in," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's the thing that I think when at least most American kids, anyways, guys in general, we don't need a wallet until we get a driver's license. Before that, what's the point? I got pockets.
But the wallet I have now, like I said, it was a birthday gift a couple years ago. So,
yeah, my wife actually got mine for my birthday. Like I said,
Summer says she shops online, which she does do a lot of online shopping.
Well, yeah, but once again, for me, I'm a t-shirt jeans kind of guy, and I know what my jeans like, but my wife off that, what's that, Sheen or Shine or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's Sheen. I think Summer shops on there. I think she's gotten the girls some stuff in there.
She's gotten stuff there, and it doesn't fit over her ass. Fits her waist fine, but she can't put it over her ass. My wife got a big old boot.
You wanna throw that out there about 10 more times? I mean, you've only said it.
Nice big booty.
You've only said it 6 times. It sounds like you're kissing up because you know you're gonna get in trouble later on.
No, I'm not worried about that because she doesn't listen to the podcast because if she did, I'd know if she was listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
For the simple fact, for all the shit I do say, she'd give me shit for it. So
yeah, she knows maybe.
She comes in going, "What the fuck are you talking about this and this and this?" I'm like, "So you did listen? Cool."
Your kids must be younger than me, Holland, because I don't. When I first had my first bank account, I don't recall having a debit card. You just had your checks and
No,
shit.
I had checking. I had a check.
Yeah.
I had checks. I didn't get a debit card until I was, I think, 19, and then I had never had any money in it because
Yeah.
the problem with I've never had a credit card though. I've never had a credit card
Well,
because
I never.
if I did have a credit card, I would have the coolest car in the fucking planet, but I'd still be broke today.
Yeah. Well, I never. I didn't. I didn't have. I didn't even have an actual checking account until companies started merging over to where all they did was direct deposit. So I don't know how that was. What, maybe 10 years, 12 years ago, something like that. When companies were still doing paper checks, I just went and cashed my check. I went to the bank that was in town. That was a local bank. That, yeah, there was a local bank in town that my family used for years.
I got my first checking account when I was 14 because that's when I started working at Joe Bear Plumbing. And, granted, it was family owned, my family, well, my relatives, and my grandfather started it. And I started working there at 14, and I worked there for my first summer. And I literally, every time I get a check, I'd keep $10 and put the rest in. At the end of the summer, I bought a really nice bike because I was 14. Yeah. And then the next year I worked for the summer and I worked a couple weekends and whatever. And I started saving up for a car right then and there. And I literally would take out 10, 15 bucks out of my check and everything else stayed in there until I bought my first car, which I ended up paying. I bought my first car for $1.
Summer said Sheen is in China, so a large is like an extra small.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
which I've gotten in trouble a couple of times buying shit online from China. I don't really like buying stuff online unless I go through like eBay or Amazon or Fanatics, like a known site that I know. But I've bought some stuff online
I've never bought clothes online, but I'll buy if I ever get actually take the time to actually buy a boom, I'll buy it online because I found one for I think it was like $12.
Yeah. Well, like last year I bought this badass brown hoodie, and I even got it like a 3X or a 4X, I think it was, because I knew it was coming from. It fits my daughters. The girls have it. Well, they had it. I don't know what the hell happened to it, but I gave it to them. They had it. I bought a pair of fucking what I thought were Cleveland Browns sweatpants that came in and looked like fucking. They're not as tight. Yeah, they're not as tight as leggings, but I wear them around my house. I won't wear them out in public.
No, I'm that guy. The other day, I was doing laundry and I was sitting here in the house, and somebody had given the kids hand-me-downs, but they had given them one of the bags, a small like grocery style bag, got mixed up, and there was stuff for like a 16-year-old girl in there, and it was just like a couple t-shirts and a pair of leggings, and I was doing laundry, and all my stuff was in the laundry, and I was like, "Fuck, what am I just got out of the shower, and I was like, I'm gonna throw these fucking leggings on." I throw those leggings on, and they're fucking Ed Hardy style, so they got the bejeweled legs. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Looking sexy."
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably rock the shit out. Yeah, like you said, I'll wear my Cleveland Browns pants. Yeah, I'll wear my Cleveland Browns pants. I just won't wear them out of the house because
it's not like I was going to the store. I was literally
they fit perfect. Like that's the thing, they fit perfect. But they said that they were sweatpants, and I was like, "Ooh, cool. I like wearing sweatpants in the wintertime. That's all I really wear when I get home. In the summertime, I wear basketball shorts, and in the winter, I wear sweatpants." And then they came in, and they're like, they're kind of like that dry wicking material, and they're not, like I said, they're not as tight as leggings, but they're not as loose as. They're like right in between sweatpants and leggings. Holland said American size medium is Asian size 3X, which is pretty much what Summer said too. That large is like extra small. But well, that's been shopping talk with Jeff and Glick. Now that Jesus Christ, I wanted to ask you a question. So the other night I had this happen to me. Have you ever had a dream and woken up from it, and like it feels so real, almost to the point where you're still in your dream?
Yes, but as soon as I wake up, I know I'm not dreaming because I'm like, I'm not in a fucking mansion.
Yeah, well,
But no,
yeah. Well,
but no, I know what you're talking about. Like it feels so real that you wake up and you're like, wait, I don't have a Ferrari in the driveway? Fuck.
yeah.
Kind of
Well,
thing.
well, we've talked about this in the past, I have a lot of nightmares. I have for years.
Right.
I have night terrors and stuff like that. So the other night, I was having, and they kind of,
From the
they
man
kind
that
of come
watches nothing but horror films all day.
well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to go too much into detail with the reasons for my nightmares and night terrors and stuff like that, um, but I was having this dream the other night, and I woke up from it, and it was like, and this is kind of a reoccurring dream that I have a lot of, where somebody or somebody's break into my house or try to break into my house.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I woke up from my dream, and when I woke up, because my bedroom, my bed sits right there behind me, and my bedroom door is right across from me. So when I'm laying in my bed, I can look right out into the hallway and I can see the bathroom and whatnot. So
Right.
I woke up, and when I woke up, I could have swore somebody was standing in the hallway.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So, like, my
That'll
first
make you shit
reaction,
yourself real quick.
a lot of people, most everybody has that.
Fight or flight.
Summer says she has those dreams, or has dreams like that, which always ends up in me cheating. That's a typical woman dream. They always dream
Yeah,
that
my
their
wife
man is
woke
cheating,
up
and then
one
he's
day
in trouble.
and smacked me across the chest, and I
Yeah,
was like, "What the fuck was that for? You fucked that bitch." I'm like, "What bitch? What are you talking about?"
yeah. What? Wait, what?
I'm like, "Well, you know what? Get her phone number. I'll do it for real if I'm gonna get fucking hit for it." Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but yeah, what I was saying, most people, pretty much every human being has that fight or flight. Well, I think the
Right.
flight mechanism is broken in my body because I've never
You're like,
had that.
"Hey."
Yeah. So, like, when I woke up, and dude, my first reaction, I legitimately grabbed my gun and chambered it and pointed it into the hallway.
It's like
And
kids going to get some
no,
water.
the kids weren't here. I didn't fire. I just chambered it. And then I sat up, and I had to walk through my whole house. Like, I checked every bedroom. I checked, and it's not a very big apartment, mind you. It's a very tiny apartment.
I could just picture you in a pair of Brown's boxer shorts, running around like you're fucking Bruce Willis.
Pretty, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Go to
And the
a
only thing you
party.
threw on
Go
was
to
a
a party.
cowboy
It'll be
hat.
fun. Yeah. Go to the Christmas party. It'll be fun. Yeah. No. So, like, I checked every room, checked every closet, double checked the door. Door was, and then I came back, and then I laid there, man, for a good 20 minutes, and like my heart was racing, and it was like, it took me a minute to get comfortable, and it was like, all right, even before I, like, once my eyes started to shut again,
Right.
I still got up and double checked the house all over again.
Well,
But
I do something similar, but almost the complete opposite.
you
Instead
run
of actually,
screaming.
no. I'm talking. I don't have nightmares, but I have. I'll get something, like I was talking to you before we actually started about that guy I was watching on YouTube where he did the melted wood thing, and I was figuring out if I could do it. I was trying to figure out if I could do
What's
it
going on,
with the tools I have.
Mhm.
Like, do I have to go out and buy a $15,000 table saw to build this thing? And I literally, it's like 1:00 in the morning. My wife had woken up because she had to go to the bathroom. She woke up.
Where exactly do you price your stuff at? I need to know these things because, like, we've had the discussion about you getting a laptop, and you've told me
the cheapest laptop I saw was $300. And it's like,
and I could have swore that I sent you an ad from Best Buy down there that had the same exact laptop that I had. That it was like $100. So I say that because like every tool you want to buy is like.
Well, no, but the Grizzly 12-inch table saw is actually $17,900, but it
But you
weighs
do know that
400
you could
pounds.
buy a table saw that'll do
Oh,
the
I
same
know.
exact thing as
I know.
that,
I
just as
know.
well.
I know. Oh, trust me,
for
I know. My wife and
like
I've had this discussion.
$200. Yeah.
But the Grizzly table saw has a
This is what
lifetime guarantee. Like I could literally run it over with my truck if I had
go
a truck.
buy a Craftsman.
I could drive it over my truck and they will buy me a brand new one. They will give me a brand new one.
Go buy a Craftsman.
Craftsman down here is weird. If you lose the receipt, you lost your warranty. It's fucking
You
weird.
could literally,
right?
yeah, I've never heard that with Craftsman before, but I mean, you could literally take
Only
a
in
Craftsman
Mexico.
tool.
Only in Mexico.
Yeah, okay.
Everywhere
Fair
else in
enough.
the world, you could take your time and break that fucker in half. Go into any Sears, like it's a Craftsman, they'll give you a new one.
That's what I was gonna say. You go,
they don't do that.
back in the day, you could take a tool in there, literally set it on fire on their cabinet, and be like, "I don't know what happened to it. It's broken." And they're like, "Well, just go grab you a new one."
Yeah.
Now I know Sears is pretty much shut down here in the States, and I believe Home Depot, maybe Lowe's, I can't remember which one, they took over the Craftsman whole deal. But I know they made some changes
because Home Depot's all husky.
Oh, it was one of them. I don't know, but it's still pretty much the same deal. They tweaked it a little bit, but it still has the same lifetime guarantee and warranty, blah 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 on it.
Well,
I mean, you could, like I said, you could take damn.
The breaks. I wait till my pops comes down, and I'm like, I'll be like, hey, go over to Sears.
Yeah.
I'll be like, he'll come down, and I'll hand him like 3 wrenches that I've broken. When you get back, FedEx these, which was fine. Yeah. In 2018, now it costs like $400. Like, fuck it, I'll just go buy a new one. But no, but I literally sat in bed and I was figuring out, because this guy, like I said, I'm gonna send you the video clip or the picture or whatever. This is so amazing. And I was like, I could do that. I think I could do that. And I lied in bed and I'm talking to myself out loud. As loud as I am right now. And my wife's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm figuring something out. Mm-hmm. And I went silent. I was like, okay, I'll do it in my head. Because when I figure something out, I have a conversation with myself. I'm like, oh, if I use a router to do the 45 chamfer, could I use a V-bit? How deep would I go? But I'm sitting there figuring it out. And I'm like, no, you can't use a chamfer bit. You got to use the V-bit, blah, blah, blah. And my wife's like, who are you talking to? I said, myself. This is how I figure shit out. I said, because I could draw it all day. I could draw it 10,000 times and I won't understand it until I talk it out. Yeah. So exactly. I said, well, I said to myself, I'll just figure it out in my head. And she's like, why'd you stop? I was like, because I'm bothering you. She's like, no, you're helping me fall asleep. It's such a boring fucking conversation that I'm falling asleep. I'm like,
she's ready to commit suicide. Yeah.
I'm gonna go climb on the other side of the fucking bed.
Yeah, that is not even anywhere near remotely close to what I was asking you about. That was
no, but what I'm saying is, I will literally rack my brain to figure something out, fall asleep, and then wake up in the middle of the night going, I got it. Like I figured it out in my head, and I'll wake up and I'll have believed that I've already built it. No, and I'll go downstairs and show my wife what I built, and I'm like, wait, where the fuck is it? Oh shit, I didn't build it. Damn it.
Yeah. But I mean, that does like Summer said, the cheating thing. I mean, that's kind of, a lot of women have that, man. Those cheating dreams are so real.
Realistic.
So vivid.
My wife, the other day, she's like, she saw something, and she's like, "You fucked that chick." I'm like, "What do you? Who? When was it? Where was I?" Because I would have liked to remember it. She's gorgeous. And she's like, no, I know you fucked her. I'm like, so me and Christina Aguilera from the Dirty video did it. She's like, yes. I'm like, is there video proof? Because I'd like to see that video.
Yeah.
Because I will publish that fucking video. And be like, that's me. That's me. I will highlight my dick and everything. That's me. That was me. She's like, it was so real. I'm like, wasn't me. I missed that one.
Summer has the skates. What do you mean you have the skates?
Skates?
Yeah, I don't know. Shakes.
Is that a typo?
Shakes. Yeah, shakes. Yeah. From not smoking. She's currently not smoking right now. She's got COVID.
Oh, I pity you. Now, see, I don't care
and
how
she's
sick
vaccinated.
I am. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Nope, not allowed. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're not allowed. See how I do that to you?
How sick I am, I'm scathing over the vaccinated thing. But no matter how sick I am,
baited you.
I know how you feel, Summer. And because if I got a cold and like the doctor's like, take medicine, the first thing because I have to have my wife there to translate what the fucking doctor said. The first thing my wife says to every doctor, should he smoke while he takes this medicine? And the doctor's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, good luck with that, doc.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm gonna smoke. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Nobody's judging you for getting vaccinated at all.
No.
I was just dangling the bait out there just because.
Yes, he dangled the bait because
I could see
for days about the.
I could see it in your eyes. I see it in your face.
Yeah, my eyes
about to fucking explode.
Yeah. I was like, see, I fucking
and that was me asserting dominance over you by putting it out there and then completely denying you, making sure that you know that I am the alpha male.
I'm getting a T-shirt that says unvaccinated, unmasked, unafraid. I'm gonna make it because I don't.
But yeah, fortunately for Summer, her symptoms have not been that bad. It came on, and from what
that's what the vaccine does. It's not really a cure. It's to make the symptoms less.
Yeah. Well,
Which doesn't really sound like a vaccine to me, but okay.
It came on like sinus infection, so she had all that pressure like right there in her nose and in her face and everything. She said the other night that she couldn't smell anything, but I don't know how much. I don't know if that's changed or not. That could have just been because her nose was so stuffed up. But she said she put on something. I can't remember what it was, like Flexol or some shit, like Flexol or some shit like that, and she couldn't smell it. But I was like, I don't.
Stuff you put over leaks.
No, Flexol is a BioFreeze. Flexol and BioFreeze. Flexol is like a joint and muscle pain.
Oh, okay.
Really.
Oh, okay.
That's Flex Seal. That's Flex Seal.
I was like, well, no wonder she couldn't.
We made a boat out of Flex Seal and it floats. But wait, there's more.
I just watched a TikTok video where somebody. It's obviously a news. It's part of a full video series or whatever where this news lady tested the things they show on Flex Seal videos, and at one point in the Flex Seal video, he builds a off-road buggy that's got this big V8 in the back, and he puts it together only with Flex Seal, and then goes. And she's like, they tested the two bricks together, and and then they tested the 1,000 pounds hanging from 2 blocks of wood, and she says, they built a buggy, so did we. And they bring out this little bitty golf cart. I was like, what the fuck? It's like this little kid's go-kart. And I'm like, that's not what they built. The other things, you were right, but this is not a. No.
Summer. Okay, so Summer said, I still can't smell. I can smell the peppermint oil.
Well, that's smelling.
Yeah, right. Isn't that so?
That's still a sense of smell.
You said it. I'm glad you said it, not me. I was reading the comment
for that one because she's like, I can smell the peppermint oil,
but she can't smell anything else.
The sense of smell.
So, yeah.
Well,
so she.
No, well, that I think the funniest COVID video I've seen was that girl. She's like, she goes to Starbucks and she's like, this is supposed to be really good. I can't taste anything. Oh shit, I got COVID.
Oh, no. Well, again, if you're still all junked up and your nose is still all stuffed up, that could be why you can't smell anything. If you're putting the peppermint oil on the inside of your nose and you're smelling it, then you
Then
still
that's a
can start
You
shoving
probably
other
can't
things
smell
up your nose.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna get a message. I shoved a Cheeto up my nose to see if I could still smell it, and now it's stuck.
Not where my brain went, but okay.
Well, yes.
Oh my god! Speaking of,
But
noses,
she can't smell the Vicks in her nose. Well, that's
weird.
kind of weird. Yeah, that is kind of
That
weird.
is weird because Vicks is like some
She
shit.
said,
My wife's actually allergic.
she said she has been shoving things in her nose. So apparently she's already doing that. She's just
walking around
shoving.
the house. Nope, nothing.
Yeah.
Nope. Grab my old gym socks. Trust me, you'll smell them. You don't smell them,
that's what I said. Let me fuck around and get COVID and lose my taste, lose my sense of taste and sense of smell. It's a shame that I live alone because ain't nobody gonna find me for like 4 days after I drink an entire jar of moonshine because I can't taste or smell it, and I'm just like fall out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would be my fear.
The cops are gonna kick the door, and I'm gonna still be passed out naked on the
holding the empty jar.
Yeah. They're doing a wellness check.
You chamber another round. What are you doing in my house? Just wake up, you're dreaming.
We were called to do a wellness check. Nobody's heard from you for 4 days. Well, I caught COVID. I lost my sense of smell. I lost my taste. So I drank this entire jar of
I figured
Tennessee
I need to get rid of all
moonshine.
the alcohol in the house, and I didn't want to throw it away, so I just drank it.
Yeah.
That's not how COVID works.
I was trying to find a cure.
Well, supposedly in Australia they found a cure. It's like it's a tablet pill. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
I'm not trusting anything out of Australia.
Yeah,
Australia has also, as we talked last week, Australia has the rape snakes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's just rape snake chloroform. That's all that is in pill form.
Yeah.
Don't mind that snake. COVID? He's just sitting there licking his lips.
You have COVID? Take 3 of these.
Take 3 of these and call me when the snakes leave.
Summer says she can still taste, so she's got that going for her still. So, but yeah. So I was gonna say something.
That's why I'm kind of hoping to get. I know where your brain went because my brain went there too when she said she still tastes. I was like, sorry, Chris.
Well,
that's
not it. That is not a problem at all whatsoever.
Tell me if it tastes like a dick.
Yeah. No, that's definitely not a problem
I tried saying that to my wife once, and she almost punched me in the dick.
Yeah,
I wouldn't move.
Yeah, trust me, that's not an issue in our house because little Miss Dyson vacuum cleaner over there.
I'd explain that what a Dyson was to my wife because they don't, vacuum cleaners down here. What's that? Because everything's concrete and tile floor.
Yeah. Typically,
I just call Summer the Dyson, and she's like, "What's a Dyson?" I said, "Well, it's a vacuum that
what's going on, Pops?"
Loses suction." And she goes, "Oh shit!" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You got some work to do."
Typically, again, having the 500 miles or whatever that separate us with our relationship, when we do see each other, our interaction is, the hug, the embrace, the kiss. We're so happy to see each other, and then Summer. like ever seen that monkey, the video with the monkey taking the banana? Give me that banana.
I sent that video to my wife. I'm like, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
She sent me a message back. Fuck you. I was like, just saying.
What's going on, Joanne?
I literally.
What's up?
I told my wife.
What's up?
After the Dyson story, after explaining what Dyson was. Oh my God! Will you guys go to bed? Seriously, you're pissing me off.
Kill them kids.
I'm about to.
Summer's brother told her to come and get the moon sign. See, I'm not the only one. I am not the only one on that kick. Hey, Joe.
Well,
hey, Heather.
after I explained the Dyson thing to my
Courtney's
wife,
mom,
she's
Heather.
she's like, "Did I do a good job?" I said, "Honey, you can chuck a watermelon through 100-foot of garden hose. Don't you worry about nothing."
If she really did a good job, you wouldn't have to tell her that.
Well, the thing is, I'm also the only person my wife's ever been with.
Well,
ever.
Low-hanging fruit, but your wife is also 14, so
according to basically most of her family, I've corrupted her beyond belief because my wife, being raised Mormon, don't drink, don't smoke, don't get tattoos, no sex before marriage, blah 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 blah. Well, that went out the fucking window because the woman's got more tattoos than I do. She's apparently drinking her face off as we speak.
Well, that has nothing to do with you. I mean, that's typically, and we're up against it here, but
I mean,
that's just typical with.
And I put rum in it, and I brought the bottle over to her brother. I was like, "Here, smell this," and it is a good 1.5 feet from his face, and he's like, "Oh!" I was like, "Oh my god, dude, you're living in the wrong fucking town to act like that."
Yeah.
Towards alcohol.
Well, that's just one of those things. Generally, with people who are brought up, whether in crazy religious families or super strict parents, or cults. Which I don't know if Holland's still in here, but Holland used to be in a cult. Once they're able to break free or
witness what else is going on in the world.
Yeah, they have a tendency to wild out.
They have two branches: go wild out or go deep into it.
Yeah,
so
which most seems like for a minute they just wild out, man. They just lose their shit and then they calm down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that.
Yeah,
that initial.
But yeah, I apparently was blamed in the family for that. And I was like, hey, me. I went with her for her first tattoo, and it wasn't my idea. And then next thing you know, every couple of weeks she's coming home. I got another. I'm like, where the hell are you? Why are you so late? She comes home. She's like, I got another tattoo. I'm like, well, there you go.
Well, Jesus H. Christ. But
I mean, she's got more ink than I do at this point.
Well, I know. Summer's the same way. Hopefully, eventually, one day I'll have the money to where I can go get more tats. I want to, like we've talked about in the past.
What you need to do is get a part-time job at a tattoo parlor and be like, "Hey, if you guys are bored,
what the fuck am I gonna?" Okay, well, you know what? We're kind of like right there. We're up against it here, but I will bring up the tattoo parlor job when we come back. We'll take a real quick break, guys. We'll be right back. Go fry some chicken. Go fry some chicken. Jeff's going to go beat his kids. Enjoy a little Blacktop Mojo for your Saturday. I think this is one of Pop's favorite songs, actually, because this is one that he was screaming at me to play. Can't Sleep. We'll be right back, guys.
Occupation with a darkness underneath. There's something empty now in the way that you left. Is there something you're hiding? Oh, darling, I'm afraid to ask. With a
Hell yeah.
Tell me why you can't leave.
Speaking of not sleeping, did you get a chance to watch that movie I told you about?
Well, anyways, hold on a
Always?
second. Well, hold on. Let me get to this, man.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody, to Nonsensical Nonsense. Hopefully, you enjoyed a little Blacktop Mojo. Our guys, hopefully they're resting up. I think they're on break from tour right now. If you're not already, go ahead and go check those guys out on social media. They're everywhere at Blacktop Mojo. Check them out. Stream their music. Tell them Nonsensical Nonsense sent you. And while you're there on social media, make sure you go check us out as well. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok,
It only
YouTube.
takes a second to follow.
And now, and now officially on Twitch. Give us a follow, give us a liking, give us a thumbing. Right in the old.
Right,
And
thumbing.
yeah, if you like what you hear, check out every episode on Google, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts at it. Again, at Nonsensical Nonsense. We're up to 35 episodes.
This is 36, right?
Yeah, man. That's a lot.
Yeah. It feels like a lot. If you want to email us, you do nonsensicalnonsenspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, email us on the hit us up with an email if you want to sponsor us or be a guest on the show or anything like that.
Yeah. Well,
I did watch that movie, The Old Ways.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I did watch that movie.
Seriously, I didn't like the ending. I did not like the ending. I thought it was a bit okay.
I don't think I made it to the ending, but it was all right. It wasn't. It was too much of a thinker.
Yeah, it was a real thinker. And well, the thing is like where it's takes place is I mean they didn't leave that shit. Like
I mean it's not kind of witchcraft, medicine, magical healing, whatnot, the Brujas. Which I'm down with that stuff, like with voodoo and hoodoo and everything like that. I mean, I'm not a practitioner or anything like that, but I like reading about it. I like hearing about it. I like to educate myself on it a little bit. But it was just it was really slow, man. It was
it was very slow, but
and drawn out, and plus I had other things. I can't remember how far I had. Plus, I had other things going on that I was doing. So, it's one of those movies that, in all honesty,
you got to 100% pay attention.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to sit down and try to watch it, like maybe next weekend when the kids aren't here or something like that. When I'm just laying around not doing anything. But like I said, today I had so much going on doing podcast stuff and whatnot and everything like that, and then. Like I said, I was on social media trying to be out there a little bit more. Right. And I wound up getting into a conversation with a guy on Twitter who does a podcast, another podcast host. Him and I got to bullshitting, and it was just like a real casual conversation, just kind of like like two old buddies who haven't seen each other in a while type deal. He was like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" I was like, "Oh, not much, just working on editing and podcasting." And he's like, "Ah, man, I'm stuck at the farmer's market. The missus wanted to get fresh peaches, so and I'm like, and kind of that bullshit, just kind of bullshit and talking back and forth, and then we kind of casually rolled into a little bit of stuff about our podcast, and it was funny because he was like, "Dude, we're talking about our podcast like they're fucking kids," and I was like, "Well, in a way, they kind of like they are."
To the point where, I think I bring up the podcast to strangers more than I do my kids. I'm like, one of my wife's friend came over. I've met this chick like once, and Mexico has this weird thing when you see somebody, you do the kiss on the cheek. It kind of freaks me out a little bit with people I've met once.
Well,
this good looking chick walks into my house and she's like, "Hi Jeff, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Hey." When I was in high school, it was a foreign exchange student from France. So it was double kiss. And she was gorgeous. And it kind of freaked me out a couple times. I was, until I got used to it. But I was just like, Oh yeah.
You say the kiss on the cheek, it kind of freaks you out. My ex-wife, we had some friends. One of her friends, she was a nurse down there. She was a nurse at the same hospital my ex-wife worked at, and their family was from New York, Italians, like 100% Italian New Yorkers. Yeah, and their thing, and like her dad was a former cop and all that jazz. But their thing is they kiss people on the lips, just a quick pet. And the first time that I met her and her husband, she like walked up and, her husband and, did the normal, we shake hands or whatever. She walks up, gives me a little hug and a kiss on the, like on the mouth, and like a little peck on the lips. I'm like, whoa.
We don't swing in this house. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't have a pineapple. Yeah, I have a pineapple. I like that. Yeah, nice reference. Yeah. My ex-wife, when we left, I was like, "Yo, what was that all about?" And she was like, "Oh, they're Italian," and I'm like,
"From Italy."
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But it's that New Yorker Italian thing, and then we were actually really good friends with them, so it was just a normal occurrence every time they'd come over or we'd go over or whatever. But then the first time I went to a family function, and I met like her mom and her aunt and her sister. Yeah. It was just like I made out with an entire walking around in drag. Yeah. I just made out with an entire family. I don't even know. I was like, Rainbow Coalition on your face. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I should feel violated or I don't know what's going on because I just kissed every chick in that house, and I'm pretty sure half the old dudes kissed me on the cheek too. I'm glad they didn't go for a mouth kiss, but goddamn.
By the way, Grandma can suck some tongue, brother. And he still got it. No, but this, I was in. This is the funniest thing, but I was in youth group in my church, which. The devil youth group.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now what happened to you in youth group by the preacher.
No,
was
actually,
not normal. That's not a normal practice.
One of the coolest guys I've ever met. One of the coolest guys I've ever met. But this French foreign exchange student comes in, and I think he was 35, 36, and I think I was like 18. And this chick comes in, she's 16, and she comes up, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Tom," and she kisses him on both cheeks, and he's like, "Whoa. Whoa, whoa." I was like, "Come, she's from France." He's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah.
Well, I mean, a kiss on the cheek really isn't that big of a thing. I mean, to me,
she would literally come up to, like, "Hey, I can't remember her name. I dated her for like 3 months, but I can't remember her name. But she'd go. I'd be like, "Hey, Marie or whatever. This is Chris," and she'd give you a big bear hug and then kiss you full on both cheeks. And to a bystander, it looks like, oh, she knows that guy pretty fucking well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, the kiss on the cheek is really not all that big of a deal. But like I said, when you first meet somebody and you do a little, the little hey, how you doing hug, and then it's like, whoa, hey, wait a minute.
It's a peck. It's literally a peck. And
it's nothing serious.
I turn my lips, I go, where I'm not actually touching anything. But like I said,
but no, like I said, it was
a bikini walks in my house and is like, "Hi, Jeff," and I'm like, "Hey, who are you?" "Oh yeah, I met you once before." And my wife's like, "You don't remember her?" I'm like, "Honey, I don't remember our neighbors half the time." And she's like, "If you say all Mexicans look alike, you can get the fuck out." I said, "No, I don't pay attention to people because I don't give a fuck about anybody." I said, "Chris can walk in here." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Why is there a bear? Why is there a grizzly bear in my house?
Hagrid looking motherfucker walking in my house. I watched this guy on YouTube the other day.
Speaking of being a giant haggard motherfucker, just to put this out there, I posted a video on TikTok today. On our TikTok page. Yeah. Where I walked through the doorway.
Oh yeah. Whose bathroom is that? Is that Pops?
That's at Pops and Joe's house. Hey,
that's
Joe.
Fucking bad.
It's cool. It's down in their basement. Their basement is. I love their fucking house, dude. I really fucking love their house.
That's fucking
It's so nice. But that
That's like
basement is in
my
the
dream
or that bathroom.
dream bathroom.
Yeah, that
I told my
bathroom's
wife
in the
I wanted
basement.
the entire house with wood, and she said no, like I was a little
Yeah.
kid. So
Yeah. Well, that bathroom's in the basement. But you know, I have to duck to walk into that doorway. I'm only 6'2". I'm not that tall. But you know, I did have to duck to walk through that doorway because I have smacked my head. Yeah, but I had one of my buddies commented on that, and he was like, "God damn, Glick, you had to duck under that doorway." And
it's a 4-foot doorway. Calm down.
yeah, and then Summer was like, "It's a short doorway." I'm like, "Ah, damn, shut up. Let me feel like I'm a
Yeah,
fucking."
let me feel like I'm a giant.
I mean, I already know I'm a big son
There's
bitch.
a reason
but
why I
feel
shop
like...
in the Barbie section to pick up Barbie coats and stuff. So I look cool. I do that. Why do you think I have the Barbie credit card? It's to make my dick look big. You know?
I don't need to do that. Yeah, I don't need to do that because a normal beer can looks like a Barbie beer can in my hand. And I got big. So I mean, I'm not small by any means. I'm still a big guy, but still, I'm not that big that I have to duck underneath every doorway that I walk into. It just so happens that one was a short one.
Like that. He was 6'7", and I worked with this guy at Joe Bear. And the funny thing is, he looked like about the thickness of my fucking tripod, or my you know, but he was 6'7", and we'd walk in people's houses. My dad being as big as round as he is tall, me being a goofy, skinny little short kid, and then this giant that stood 6'7" would duck underneath and be like, "We're here to fix your sink." And people would be like, "Wow, you guys are just the weirdest shaped people on the planet."
Yeah,
because my dad is 5'4".
Yeah,
and I'm 5'3", and then Trent was 6'7".
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at me with a picture of my siblings could form together like fucking Voltron and still be smaller than me.
I started watching this couple on
You're still
YouTube
goofy looking, Jeff.
Oh,
that's
of course.
Stevie.
That's right. What's up, dude? I started watching this couple last night, and the concept of the channel is my girlfriend watches insert movie here for the first time, and I was like, okay, maybe he's showing her like Goonies, or he's showing her, he's old classics. She watched Harry Potter for the first time, and Iron Man and stuff. I'm like, where the fuck is this chick in a coma? No, but I mean, she watched Avengers Infinity War like a week ago for the first time. I'm like, where the fuck has this big chick been? Underneath a fucking rock in a coma?
No, first of all, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at your quick save that failed epically. You're like, where the fuck has this bitch chick been?
But what's funny is
because again,
I know you haven't seen Harry Potter. I know you haven't seen it in Harry Potter, but Robbie Coltrane, you kind of look like Robbie Coltrane with your giant beard. And Robbie Coltrane is, he did pass away. Robbie Coltrane was 6'5", something like that.
Was
big
he
guy.
The big,
he's the one that
played
Hagrid.
Fucker?
Yeah, he's the one that played Hagrid. He's 6'5". He was 6'5", and then on top of that, they made him taller.
He's 6'1". Calm down.
6'1". Okay. Well, okay. He's a big. Yeah, he died. I think it's because he was too big. Because he was big. He was a big dude. He was a huge cardinal. I was a fan.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Like, that guy looks like the Grim Reaper. I'm like, who the fuck are you? No, she called him the Undertaker from WWF. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. You obviously don't watch it.
Are you saying that I'm going to die because I'm a big fucker?
No. Robbie Coltrane was like 3 of you.
Okay, well,
like if you pick up pull a Google picture, Robbie Coltrane in like, was it like 2001?
He's 6'1". I don't know his. I mean, he's a heavy set guy. Yes.
Yeah, he's heavy set. That's what I'm talking about. I think
he looks like the Penguin.
Yeah.
He's shaped like the Penguin.
Yeah, exactly.
From Batman.
Yeah. He's a big dude, but I think he died of like heart problems, like Andre the Giant did. I don't remember exactly what he died of. But
I
yeah, he died.
I could do that. I could do that with Summer and Joe are talking in the chat. They're just having casual talk. They're not even paying attention to us. And Summer's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And Joe was like, "Doing fine. How are you?" And Summer's like, just sticking stuff up my nose. Joe was like, "The fuck?"
See, Joe, if you would show up early, you would know what we're talking about. We send out notifications. I mean, come on.
Well, I could do something like that. I could do something like that with Summer. I mean, because she's never seen like Top Gun, or I don't know if she's ever seen Roadhouse, or she's never seen Cocktail.
I could probably do that with my wife, except for the fact my wife hates the camera, hates it. Like I told her, I said, what would it take for you to come on the podcast one time? And she's like,
been on the podcast.
Yeah, but I mean, like actually, like Summer does, like do a hometown stories kind of thing. And she's like, it'll never happen. I said, so you're telling me we get big, if not bigger than Joe fucking Dickface Rogan, and you wouldn't come on the podcast? She's like, oh, I definitely wouldn't be on the fucking podcast then.
Well, you don't have to call him a dick.
Now's the time.
I'm in the other goddamn room. I'm not doing Snapchat streaks with you.
What?
my daughter.
It's like I said
in the other room.
So now's the time to jump on the podcast when we're small, because we're not stopping because of because
when we're big, like Joe, when we're big and popular, bigger than Joe Roman, whoever he is, we don't have time for your little ass. Be gone, peasant. Yeah, he's gonna go bang your. Jeff's gonna be banging your hot friend.
You need even somebody to pick you up. I'll send out the chauffeur.
Yeah.
Chauffeur.
Like
I never have a chauffeur.
I don't think Joe Rogan's a dick face.
No, I know. I just know you're not a fan. I like him. I think he's got a punchable. He's got a punchable face. Have you seen that dude hit a heavy bag? Holy fuck, dude! He'll kick me in the neck.
Look, he has a punchable face. I kind of want to punch him in the face, but I also know that. Okay, this is going to be a first.
Okay.
I can fight a grizzly bear and beat a grizzly bear's ass. I'll fight a kangaroo and beat a kangaroo's ass. Jeff will have sex with the rape snake down in Australia.
Oh, hell
because he missed the rains.
Like I said, once again, it depends on if it's going in or it's sucking on something. Because if it's sucking on something,
it's definitely going in. But
I'm out.
I will give Joe Rogan his due, and I know Joe Rogan has worked for many years, trained his technique and trained his art, and he might have a chance against me to where he would get the best of me.
I've seen him hit that heavy bag with his foot. He hits it like fucking Captain America and fucking when you first see him sitting there punching those bags and knocks that bag across the room. Holy fuck, dude.
I think Joe Rogan will probably beat the unholy hell out of me, but there's always that chance, If he gives me, if he wants to give me one shot,
if it gives viewers and listeners, I will sponsor that fucking fight. I will pay for that fucking fight to happen.
If he lets me have one
live stream that bitch,
if he would let me have one free shot in the jaw, then I would sign up, because I may put him to sleep for a very long time if he gives me one free shot. And if he doesn't, I'm going to be running around the octagon.
Exactly. I totally do a full-on Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, just run around the ring going, what are you doing? Staying the fuck away from you. I was born at night. It wasn't last night, stupid.
Yeah, right. I am not going to leave your granddaughter. She's literally Snapchatting me when she's across the hall, Pops. For Snapchat streaks. I would, Joe, but it's down in the washer or dryer. I had it on earlier and got some schmutz on it.
What? On top of you bragging about having Brenner. Fuck.
What? Oh, Brenner, yeah.
Yes. That's a Scrubs reference like you read about.
Snapchatting you to ask you a question. I was sending you streaks like I did every single person I have on.
Oh, well, she's just sending streaks to everybody, apparently. Whatever. I don't understand the Snapchat streaks bullshit. Bullshit.
I wasn't on to actually understand it. Oh, speaking of
no, actually, I was going to wear that shirt. Joe brought me. Joe brought
OnlyFans is Joe. Smile.
Oh yeah. No, that happened real quick and in a hurry. Joe bought me. Joe bought me that 9-line shirt, the Valhalla one I was telling you about.
Oh, nice.
It's really cool. I had it on today. I was going to wear it during the podcast, but like I said, I was cooking dinner and got some schmutz on it. So I had to go down into a load of laundry.
No,
that's why I changed my shirt.
There's a guy on TikTok. He does he puts on different wigs and stuff. He was talking about OnlyFans changing, we're going to take it off. And he's like, one of them he's the creator CEO. One of them he's two other, and then he plays the two other employees. So we're going to stop doing porn on OnlyFans. And his employees like, is that because your 18-year-old daughter started an account? And they're like, wait, she started an account? What's her name? Yet today I saw one. It was like, so I changed my mind. We're gonna go back to. Is that because your daughter deleted her account? Wait, she deleted it?
Yeah. Oh, man.
The one employee turns the other. I screenshotted. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. It's on Reddit. Calm down.
I looked that guy up. His name is Timothy. The guy that owns OnlyFans. You know he's only worth 120.
120 million or 120 dollars?
120 million. 120 million.
You say that he's only worth 120 million.
More than that. No, I'm not saying that's a small number, but
you're like he's only worth.
People are bringing in, like what's her name? I forget her name, but the one chick pulled in $1 million in less than 12 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it depends on how much of a percentage and whatnot that OnlyFans takes and all that jazz. I don't know the inner workings and whatnot. I don't know how it works, but I mean that's
kind of like, damn. I was thinking at least 300.
120 million. No, that's 120 million.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
You don't have.
I won't sneeze if somebody wants to give me 120 million. I have 120 million. Imaginary.
Dad and Joe, or Pops and Joe are fighting in the chat room now.
Nice.
Because I said Joe got me that. Joe got me that shirt, and Dad said, "Hey, I bought that shirt." Joe's like, "I picked it out." And the funny thing is that they're probably sitting beside each other right now.
Yeah, exactly. They're literally facing each other across the room and matching recliners.
you say that as a joke, but they have matching recliners, and they're beside each other in the living.
I looked at recliners the other day, and Jesus Christ, I saw one.
Well,
I looked at God.
They are. Pops confirmed they are. Well, I was thinking about, because I've got this giant sectional, man, and it's old as shit, and it's I love the thing, but man, it's ran its course. I've more than gotten my money out of it. Yeah. And I was thinking about, I want to get rid of it. And I was like, I get another sectional, get another couch, another love seat, and I was like, I'll just get a couple of recliners. But then it's like, my fucking kids are gonna fight over the goddamn recliners. If I wouldn't buy four. If I wouldn't buy 4 recliners, and I said that's Austin's, that cash.
Fight over the brown one, Yeah,
they could all be the same thing, exact same recliner. This is Austin's, that's Buggy's, and that's Cash's. They would still fight over them, and then they would still sit in mine, and I'd have to threaten to throw them out the window, kind of like they sit in my spot. I have my spot on the sectional where I sit. I have my spot
on my couch. Until my wife took my spot, I took hers. But yeah, my couch is literally, I can see ready to die.
What you meant to say is that you have a spot that your wife allows you to use temporarily until she wants it.
Well, what happened was, like I said,
I'm surprised you're even allowed to sit on the couch. She doesn't just make you sit on the floor.
It was made by like Bob, and one of the kids tried to close it with their hands, and they bent one of the metal pieces, and it bent multiple times and then broke. So now when the recliner prop comes up, it goes like this. Well, it's actually
You have a lot of Bob's down there. You got Bob's Furniture, Bob's Electronics.
I call it Bob as in a generic no name brand. It's Bob is I like the name Bob. I don't know why.
Maybe you should stop shopping at Bob's, and then the only laptop you could find would not be $300.
We actually bought it. We bought it at Walmart, and they wanted. See, I think we paid $300, almost $400 for it 3 years ago, and it's served its purpose. We've had it for a while, and then I built the benches so everybody sits on the benches now because they're super comfy for some reason. I don't find them comfy, and I built them. But my son was down here laying on it. He's like, "I'm gonna sleep here tonight." I was like, "What are you fucking retarded? Go to bed."
Well, that's Cash. He sleeps in the living room. He doesn't even go in his fucking bedroom. I'm like, dude.
No, but I mean, my kids now have 2 matrimonial size mattresses and bed frames in their bedroom. There's plenty of room.
Matrimonial sized.
They're slightly bigger than they're smaller than queen, but they're bigger than twin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know why, but I think it's actually twin, but down here they call it matrimonial. I don't know. But
I mean, do they know what matrimonial is? I mean, do they know what that means?
I sent you the pictures where I literally had to cut an inch off of it. Mm-hmm. Literally an inch off. I had to take the entire bed frame apart to cut off an inch out of like 6 boards.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous project just to cut an inch.
Yeah, it was completely ridiculous. But it just to make it fit. And it actually turned out it was like an inch and a half on some boards and an inch and a couple. It was really weird. But it's one of those things. It was to get them to fit in that room. Mm-hmm. I had to take material off the bed. So like they have literally wall to wall on 3 walls of bed.
Mm-hmm.
You could easily put 6 people on that bed. It looks really cool. But my son was like, "I'm gonna sleep down here." I'm like, "What the fuck for? You got a bigger bed than me?"
Yeah, what are you worried about? Chatter's Box chiming in here. AA Ron, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, man.
He said, "Are you still married to the dickhead Kevin?" I don't know that I was ever married to the dickhead Kevin. And to answer your question,
Chris was married to me first.
Yeah. To answer your question, yeah. Probably not the best discussion for the podcast right now.
Yeah.
But off air, we can gladly chit chat and conversate back and forth. Because
I gotta get a pillow for this chair.
You got a what?
I gotta get a pillow for this chair. It's these chairs. My wife bought a table and chairs.
He sees the feed after he what he wants. No, he does not see the feed at all. Actually, he doesn't see the comments. He doesn't see anything.
You can't see the comments. You can't see the comments.
So
there you go.
Aaron, so on air, here we go. No, I don't. I don't want to get into it.
It's about to get good.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it on here. Not because I'm worried about anybody's feelings or anything like that. Just because I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. It's just not a topic I want to get into on here because it's going to go down a whole nother road with me just being over people's bullshit and over. What is the 25th Amendment? I don't.
25th Amendment is where you remove a president.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's like it's impeachment without impeachment.
Oh,
you invoke
cool.
Invoking the 25th Amendment is removing of a president.
Yeah, we're gonna revolt.
Fucking hey, I'm ready, and I will lead the charge from here.
What does he say at Braveheart? You can take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom. Now, yeah, like I said,
Let's not go
that
down
whole
that
situation.
route.
Yeah, that whole situation, the political route, we don't venture down
We don't talk about
political
that shit.
and conspiracies and bullshit.
Don't get me wrong. If anybody wants to start a political podcast, I'm in. As long as it doesn't interrupt the flow of this podcast and
Yeah.
schedule wise. Oh, but I'm in.
Well, on this podcast, I just like to dangle it in front of your face and just tease you with it. Ooh, look what I got for you. I got a nice 24 ounce.
Oh no, you can't have it. Fuck you.
I got a nice 24 ounce juicy medium rare steak for you, buddy. But you can't have it because this is my world. As the guy who's sitting here in a Patriot shirt and a black flag ball cap.
You know what the black flag means, right?
Not 100%, but
no quarter, no surrender.
Yeah, I know it was like a Patriot, like
and we will die before you take us, basically.
Why I gotta be a hoe? Why I gotta be a hoe? AA Rod.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's cold blooded, man.
Well, here's the thing: we have a microphone, and you do not.
No, I just don't like to talk politics and religion. You know, I just.
Well,
I think he was calling me.
When you talk about politics and religion, and you know, we don't take ourselves that serious in the fucking first place.
No, I think
if people were listening to us to talk religion and politics, we're going to be wrong 99.9% of the time.
Well, no, let's just go ahead and be honest. We're going to be wrong 100 fucking % of the time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well,
and we're going to make and we're going to make fun of it.
We're going to make fun because we try to be funny, unsuccessfully sometimes. But it would literally, I could literally see, you know, people marching up the street to take us both out because we're talking religion.
Yeah. You know, Aaron in the chatters box said, if only they seen the Bud Light bottles. As we've talked about in the past, I went down to when I went down to Tampa and met everybody, and I stayed with Aaron. You know, him and I spent the week together. Right. And it was like everybody I met in cuddling and eating McDonald's at 4 o'clock in the morning, drunker than shit. And
that is the best time to eat McDonald's too.
We Uber ate so much shit that week because all we did was drink.
Speaking of the guy with $120 million, if I had $120 million, I would never leave my house. I would have the best equipment there would be for the podcast, but I would literally never cook again.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I would hire somebody to cook.
You'd literally just completely get rid of my kitchen. I'll make tool storage, and
I would
just Uber Eats every fucking meal.
No,
breakfast, lunch,
I would have like Gordon Ramsay cooking for me, and I would just have him yell at me every night.
Oh yeah, like, Gordon, I'm bored. Let's have a fight.
Yeah,
you can't eat for shit, bitch.
But hey, you know what? Aaron said you stayed with me because No T Stan kicked you out. That is 100% true. I was an hour away, and Stan was like, "Oh yeah, you can't stay here." And I'm like, "Son of a bitch!" No, the first night we were there, and it's funny that Aaron says that because that just popped up in my memories the other day. They took a picture of me, and I had like, I don't know, there was probably 20 empty Bud Light bottles beside my chair. And then I think I had one or two I had one in each hand, and they were just in amazement that I was still drinking, still like functional. And they're like, we got to get a picture of this. Just like,
I've had those nights. Well, like my graduation party, my mom sent me pictures of last time my mom was here, she brought down a bunch of pictures, and my wife was going through, and she's like, why are you sitting in a recliner in the middle of a field drinking beer next to a keg? I'm like, oh, that was my graduation party.
Yeah, right.
Literally, my I think my parents were throwing out this old recliner, and I was like, wait, you're gonna throw that out?
Yeah.
Let's take it up to the field. I'll sit in it, and then when we get really drunk, we'll throw it in the fire. And that's what we did.
Yeah. Now, like I said, things changed on the fly when I went down to Florida, but all in all, at the end of the day, I was thankful for Aaron and AA, Ron, and I think we had a good week together. We had fun hanging out together. Him and I actually got along really well. So, he was a cool dude to spend a week with for the most part. But he is angry with Kevin and Stan. I've kind of gotten over my anger issues with those two. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it comes down to it. You can't agree with somebody all the time.
Yeah,
If you what's the saying? If you try to make everybody happy, you'll make no one happy, including yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
okay.
My favorite saying is "fuck them if they can't take a joke."
Oh, I am. Summer's a good one at it too. Summer fucks me up when she says it, but that is what it is, man. I love using that phrase.
Yeah. Well, and that is, I agree with the concept that is the most dangerous kind of person too, because nothing really gets to me.
Yeah,
I've had what it is, man. I'll burn down the world. You talk to me like that, but now I'm just like, what? I'm 40 years old. I don't give a fuck.
Well, Joe in the exactly. Joe in the chatters box. She would like to know why Jeff moved to Cancun. And if you were actually a fan and you actually listen to the podcast, you would know that Jeff is in Cancun because he's on the run from the law.
Yeah. I killed 45 people and then came down here. Right? That he can't touch.
He's on the run from the law from Belleville, Ohio, because he is the serial cattle raper.
Sheep.
Oh, sorry, sheep. It was only one cow. I'm sorry.
It was there. I was ready for it. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Cow was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Jeff raped 175 sheep.
In a single night?
And apparently in a single night. And the coppers were on to him. The coppers were on to him, and he said, "You'll never take me alive." See, and he ran to Mexico.
so fucking babyface Nelson, my 1939 Ford.
Yeah.
Right, no, you'll never take me alive. See, Jesus.
And he fled to Cancun. And he fled to Cancun.
Hanging down to my ankle.
Yeah. Other charges on there were stealing batteries from Walmart in 1999, 1998. Yeah. Accomplice unnamed. Possibly his accomplice in the Walmart the Walmart caper was possibly Sasquatch, but the picture was blurry. So
like Chewy. Look like some short dude and fucking Chewbacca walking through this fucking Walmart stealing batteries.
Yeah. It was a caper.
Yeah. We planned it. See? What you gonna say?
No, actually, I honestly do not know why Jeff is in Cancun, other than the fact that he has told me that he had a buddy who opened a
tattoo and body piercing shop.
Yeah, for a piercing shop.
And,
I don't believe it, but
went out of business. And I was in my 20s and getting laid every single night. So I was like, I'm gonna stay here. Yeah. And then I eventually met my wife, and I'm still here.
I don't believe it, but that's his story, and he's sticking to it. See, listen here. See,
speaking, I've heard a joke today that I literally told my wife. We were sitting by the pool, and I come in, and I said, I saw it on TikTok. And I said to my wife, I said, "Hey, I got a joke for you." She's like, "Yeah, okay." And she's sitting by the pool. She hasn't gotten in yet. She laughed so hard she fell in the pool. And
Oh,
it's
it was a joke.
the joke is teacher standing in front of the class, and she's got a class full of like eight-year-olds or whatever. And she says, "What's the sound a cow makes?" Little Susie raises her hand. She's like, "The cow says moo." She said, "Very good, Susie." She says, "What is the sound the horse makes?" Little Billy raises his hand. He says, Billy. Billy says, "The horse says neigh." Very good. She goes, "What does the pig say?" And little Johnny in the back shoots his hand up so fast it was like his ass was on fire. And she says, "Oh shit. Okay, go ahead, Johnny. What does the pig say?" And he says, "Get down on the ground, you fucking bastards." Although the TikTok, he says, "Get down on the ground, you black bastard." You and your fucking. Hey, Kevin Holly, get the fuck off the podcast. Jesus Christ.
Well, I did kind of walk into that and ask for that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that?
Mhm. Yeah.
That same TikTok video.
You saw it?
No.
No.
So I'm in here and I'm watching American Horror Story. Cash comes in and of course I gotta pause it. Yeah, Pop said that's not what he said.
That's not what he said. No, but I can't say what he said on the fucking podcast because we will be canceled.
Because I mean, it's not like we haven't said anything worse. I mean, I physically went after. I went after
an N and an R at the end. It starts with an N and then it's an R.
Well, yeah. Well, the TikTok video said something else. But
the original joke starts with neighbor, but not neighbor.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm sitting in here and I'm watching American Horror Story, blah blah blah, and Cash comes in and out all day long because usually when they're here, I let them have the living room and they watch whatever they want. I just watch TV in my bedroom.
Right.
And he always runs in and he's showing me TikTok videos and he's like, "You got to watch this video. It's funny, Dad." And he's laughing when he walks in, and I'm like, "Okay." And I'm kind of half-ass paying attention. And then all of a sudden it shows this kid going, "Get your black ass on!" And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, you shut up. Meanwhile, Cash is laughing his ass off, and I'm like, "Oh, you don't even understand it, dude." And he's like, "No, it's just funny."
Nope.
He doesn't.
Jesus.
So
sit down, little son. Let me tell you a story.
But dude, what are you doing, man? Go.
No, but it's
go watch your racist TikTok, you little prick.
Yeah. Well, the little Johnny jokes. Johnny jokes have been around for decades, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I remember telling little Johnny jokes in grade school in the 80s and getting in trouble for it by my teachers because I'm like, "Get down on the ground, you fucking."
Yeah.
The teacher's like, "What did you say?" I'm like, "It's a joke." And they're like, "Sure, it's a joke."
I'll stick with as far as dirty comedians go. I'll stick with Dice, with the Dice Man.
Oh yes. Hickory dickory dock. Sucking my cock. I dropped my glue. I dumped a bitch on the next block.
Oh. Jack and Jill. I love Dice, man.
Jack and Jill went up the hill. Both with a buck and a quarter. Jack came down with a smile on his face. Jill came down with $1.50. That $2.50. That fucking whore. You know who's really funny? Joey fucking Diaz. Have you heard this guy?
Oh, Joey Diaz is a
Jesus, that dude.
Joey Coco.
Fuck.
Yeah, well,
Joey Coco Diaz, that motherfucker doesn't give a shit about nothing.
I follow him on TikTok, but he's also the radio station that I listen to, The Bone, out of Tampa.
Right.
He's friends with the morning guy, but he's also really good friends with the midday guys. They're up in New York, so he's been on both shows several times. I love Joey.
He's a constant person on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, he's
the
one of
only
those
reason-
stereotypical.
The only reason I follow Joe Rogan on YouTube is when Joey fucking Diaz is there. I'm like, oh shit! Everybody go away. I'm gonna watch some fucking shit.
Why don't you just
I follow
follow
his podcast. I follow Joey Diaz's podcast too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you just follow Joey Diaz? That dude's fucking hilarious.
The funniest thing about Joey Diaz, people literally, he'll be telling you something, and he won't say, "Hey, Chris, no, Chris, you gotta listen." He'll say, "Chris Glick, you gotta listen to this, Chris Glick." That's how he does. It's so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
I was listening to him on Joe Rogan the other day, and he's like, "Joe Rogan, you have no idea, Joe Rogan." And I'm like, "Calm down, dude. We know who you're talking to." But the dude is funny, and he's done more drugs than any person on the planet. Keith Richards is like, damn. That dude apparently did a shit ton of coke back in the day. But, oh my God, he's funny. Fucking hell. I'm getting COVID, I swear to God. I'm not that lucky. I literally... I'm like the only person on the planet that wants to get COVID, so I can be like, fuck this. I got this shit. Give me a cigarette.
Oh, okay. That'll work out pretty well for you.
Well, I've maintained the same thing I've maintained since I'm 15. I'm waiting to die. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Well, that escalated quickly. It took a turn
I've always been that dark where I'm like, oh, fuck it. If I go, I go. What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, being a white guy in Mexico, married, I mean, it's all...
Yeah, nobody noticed. Until I got married, I always said, if I go tomorrow, nobody's going to fucking notice. Now I can't say that because there's 3 people in the house that would actually notice a dead body. Like, hey,
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, as I said earlier, until the first time your wife went to go take a crap and she needs you to wipe her ass. Yeah.
Sitting there on the toilet with my phone in my hand, still looking at porn.
Yeah. That's like I said, you say that. Yeah. Well, you say that, but me being like, living by myself and not really having any friends or anything like that in real life, it'd be a couple of days before anybody realized.
That's the one thing I feared for you, brother, because I mean,
Summer would probably
notice because she wouldn't get her nightly talk to.
Summer would know something was wrong
because you wouldn't be answering my fucking messages, but physical people besides your kids, nobody would notice.
Yeah, and I, in the way that I have my kids, with the custody or with the shared custody and stuff like that. Yeah, we're like, where the hell's Dad? So I'm like, well, a fucking prick, well, piece of shit. All of a sudden now, after 3 years, he's been a good dad, doing everything good, and now he's gonna be an asshole. I don't think she would do that, but she would more than likely know something was wrong too if I didn't show up to pick up the kids or something like that. But still, I'd be looking at a couple days, just kind of hanging out there.
If I was single, lived alone and everything, I think the first people that would notice was the people at the store I go to every morning for my cigarettes. I'm like, why is that guy showing up for cigarettes? It's not like I know my name or anything. Like, where's the white guy that shows up for cigarettes and Coke every morning?
Where's the gringo at?
He's good looking.
Well, they never said that. Calm down, man.
That's why I said no one ever.
You were like the poster child for what a creepy. You just get up and just leave. What the fuck? But he's like the epitome for like. If you look up creeper in the dictionary, it's a picture of Jeff. If there was a poster on a billboard on the side of the road, watch out for this creeper, watch out for this weirdo, it would be Jeff. Nothing against him. He just has that look. And it doesn't help matters none. And I yell at him all the time when we're messaging back and forth because he'll start talking and all of a sudden he'll be like, Daddy says, I'm going to fix a closet. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you do that weird fucking creepy ass voice. But I don't know why you got up and walked away. I mean, if you could have held on for another minute or two, we're coming up on another break. A little breakers. Welcome back, pretty girl. You okay?
How much?
Huh? The hell did you go, dude?
I told you I had to go fry some chicken.
I was saying, we're just a couple minutes away from the.
Pants. I was almost zipping up my pants while getting on camera, and I was like, "Oh, I better do this first."
Yeah.
My hand. Why is he playing with his dick?
Well, I mean, it was not like it would be something that would surprise anybody if you just started playing with your fucking self.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. He was on the phone. No, I was just making fun of you for being a creeper, looking like a creeper and sounding like a creeper, basically saying that if you looked up creeper in the dictionary, or if somebody was to put up a billboard that said, "Look out for this guy," it'd be a picture of you.
Yeah, of course.
Because, dude, you look so fucking creepy in that goddamn safety dance video that you did.
Oh, I know, right? I was trying to do my best robot, but I suck at it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't dance. I've never claimed that I can dance. That is the only dancing I've done on TikTok.
Yeah.
But
you say you can't sing either, but we got you to sing.
Yeah,
and that's on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and
that's okay. One of these days, I'm Justin Bieber fucking famous because of my singing abilities.
Well, I wouldn't hold my breath, but yeah, well, you said
TV, because the mic I was using at the time, which is this one, according to you, picks up fucking everything, and I cranked up the fucking TV so you would get more of Bush than you would me. And what happens? You hear no Bush, just me.
No, you just, yeah. Well, like I said, that's on you. It's not me. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem.
Yeah, well, once get out.
And I don't know why you.
The beauty of it is the chances of people seeing it.
But people have seen it.
All 5 of them. How many views have that video gotten on TikTok? In all seriousness,
I don't know. Well, I can post it on my TikTok. I'll post it on my TikTok page, on my personal page, and it'll get thousands of views. Well, again,
gosh, honey.
It's gotten about 200 views.
There you go.
Your singing got more views than Rocky's singing.
Oh, there you go. Like I said, but that's something else.
But I mean, like I said, as far as Justin Bieber famous, I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, or you can hold your breath because you said as you said a few minutes ago, I am casually waiting for death, and I die. I don't even care. What it is. I'm gonna go cut myself and say I have to fry chicken.
When I do die, that'll be the one thing that everybody plays at my funeral is me singing. Like, you know what? If you die,
I will make sure it happens.
Fuck you, prick.
Yeah, I will make sure it happens.
Have you seen the? There's a video.
I'm gonna outlive you. Yeah.
This guy, on his deathbed, he said he recorded into a pre-recorded audio that played in a loop while they were burying his body. That's like, help, save me. I'm trapped.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I was like, I'm so doing that.
Well, baby, Summer says she's not ready to die, so you shouldn't be. I didn't say I was ready to die. Jeff said it.
No, that's me.
You're the one that tells me every day you're dying. Yeah, Jeff said he was. I am purposely going to outlive you just so I can play the audio of you singing Bush at your funeral. Everybody's gonna be all sad and well, maybe.
And all of a sudden, you just hear me singing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna walk up there
All three
with
people that show up.
I'm gonna walk up there with a Budweiser in my hand. I've already drank 23, 25, you know.
He's just fucking lit. He's in the back holding a pony keg, going, "I did a podcast with this motherfucker. Listen to this."
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna do the old. What was that movie from back in the day? Deadpool did it.
My boy
Deadpool 2 when when Deadpool did it when he was trying to get Colossus to come back in Deadpool 2. And he, like,
say
what was
anything
it?
with John Cusack.
Yeah.
He sold up that fucking boom.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up a boombox with you singing.
and you set up a thing so you're actually in the rain. You know, set up a rain cloud.
I'm gonna have a shower. I'm gonna play that, and everybody's gonna be like, "Who invited this asshole?"
My wife's sitting over in the corner going, "What a douche."
Yeah, that's his first wife.
Everybody's like, "Who is that guy?" And she's like, "I have no fucking clue. I think he works at the funeral home." Somebody's like, "Wasn't he on the podcast with Jeff?" And I'm like,
"Hey, you know who we are?"
That fucking watches.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry. Just because he's dead, the podcast didn't end. You know?
Yeah. I'll just be silent the whole time. It's just me on video.
I'm just gonna have a picture of you. I'm just gonna have a picture. Yeah, I'm gonna put a camera in your coffin so we can still go.
Yeah, I want a camera in my coffin, just like Jesse James style. Just so people can come from miles around and see video. They'll be able to turn on the screen for 30 seconds. It's just me. I'm still here, fuckers.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm pretty sure I can pull enough video just to make a video of you dead staring the camera for no fucking reason. Wait a minute. We thought Jeff died 3 weeks ago. Oh well, maybe he did. Man.
This is just old video I've mangled together to make it look like we're still having a conversation. Everything I have is pre-scripted.
Yeah, kind of like how they take like certain words from audio from presidents and do songs and stuff.
I like this, and this is the most amazing podcast. I miss you, Chris.
Well, we'll get at least one good soundbite out of it. You'll still be able to do your email. Which even after you die,
audio of me just going, "Follow us on social media at."
Which even after you die, we still won't be getting any emails on our email.
Why hasn't anyone emailed me yet? What's his name? What
was it? Bill? No, not Bill Gates. Was it Bill Gates? Steve Jobs? One of those two. That was in
no, it's oh my God, Chattersbox, help me out. What's the guy's name? It's not Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. It's
This guy said he's on a shirt line. What's Pops is on a shirt line?
Oh fuck.
Baby, I know we got a lot of life to live together.
The theory,
and I am looking forward to it. What?
He wrote a book.
Oh, short line. Why is Pops on a short line? A short line for what?
Short leash. Oh, for the
That's. I was gonna say I wouldn't say much there, pal. You're on a short leash and a shot collar over there. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawkins.
I knew I would
say basically same fucking person.
Yeah.
Jobs, Gates, Hawkins.
Hey, speaking of Jobs, I watched the Jobs movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Of course you did.
I still
think
I
have not watched it.
Pirates of Silicon Valley is way better.
Well, on that note,
I do have to get going. I have to go pick these crazy women up from the boat.
No, you don't. They're fine.
Mm-hmm. If I plan to get any tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, well, they're fine. Tell them take a fucking cab. Be a man.
Yeah, right. Be a man. Did you start following that guy yet?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
That shit.
Oh God.
Jesus, if you can't fix something, throw a wrench across the room. Be a man.
Yeah.
I saw that one today and I was like,
no.
"Was I-
Okay, we haven't gotten and or heard the gigantic score.
You can't.
You're fine.
You
We're
can't
gonna keep
because my
going.
WhatsApp doesn't work anymore. I have to get a new
What
phone.
did you do to your WhatsApp?
No, I have to get a new phone number because it hasn't been active so long that the cell company gave away my number. I have to get a new SIM card. So the only thing I have is
yeah. So I don't use WhatsApp. Well, you know what? I'm going to ask you that when we come back after this break.
I have to go.
You don't have to go.
Yeah, I do. I'm actually getting ready to sign off. I have to go.
They're fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff is a giant pussy.
Yes, I am, and I have to go if I want to get any. Now that I got all the kids to bed, finally, I'm gonna actually head out. If you want to go ahead and finish up, I'll see you on Wednesdays, folks.
Get out of here.
Go ahead. Call me names. Call me names.
Nope. I'm killing your camera. I'm uninviting you.
Hey, I gotta go. Uninviting me.
Go do what you got to do.
Not.
I
haven't even drank today.
Yeah, I know.
Because
you're a bitch.
Crazy women up. Wednesday, I will finish the bottle.
Okay.
But yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, we'll go.
All right. Bye.
Later.
Deuces.
I'm fighting the urge. You guys, just so you know, I'm truly fighting the urge. Just getting into a good flow, but apparently, and here come the connection issues. Awesome. But so Jeff had to go abruptly, as per usual. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you all in the chatters box. If you guys want to hang out some more, let me know. While I'm doing this, we'll come back and do some after show. Of course, it's breaking up. It always fucking breaks up. But go down the chatters box. We can do a little after show. Got a few more beer drink. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. If you're not already, feel free to check us out on social media at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and now we're on Twitch at Nonsensical Nonsense. Also, if you want to check out all the episodes of this podcast, check us out on Spotify, Apple, Google Play, anywhere you get your podcast needs from. And if you want to email us for a potential guest and or promotional concerns, give us a holler at Nonsensical Nonsense podcast at gmail.com. Jesus Christ, my flow is completely all fucked up here. But thanks for hanging out, guys. Much love, and we will see you all Wednesday. We're gonna go ahead and close this out a little bit. You beneath. But Jeff's calling me, telling me that he doesn't have to leave. So we can come back for the after shenanigans.
Let's roll. All right. All righty.
Trade this cloud for a hurricane with enough water to wash away a flood to drown the ground It's falling down from under me, from under me. Laced with all my regrets, I cling to everything I've got left. And there's a feeling I have within. Your tendencies have become my sin. Reaching toward the sky parade, black and white and shades of gray. I know the pain, it comes in waves, and then you crumble underneath the weight. All that's wrong, a callous soul turned from sand to stone. Directions etched into the wall, to a place we never left at all. Reaching toward the sky parade, black and white and shades of gray. I know the pain, it comes in waves, and then you crumble underneath the weight, and then you crumble underneath the weight.
And just kidding. We're back. Little break of whiskey there. Apparently, Jeff does not have to leave. So hopefully he will be joining us. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'll just end this and restart it. You know what I mean? It's already set. Get your monkey ass in here. we might have to restart it because of course the connection to Twitter has failed for the following account. Jeff and Tiana or whatever.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah. We might still be breaking up. I might have to just end it just altogether. Because of course, as soon as you left, the audio went to shit. And I did the whole outro and everything like that.
I didn't even hit anything. You kicked me out before I don't know if you can hear me because I'm really far away. I'm trying to set up the TV.
Yeah, because I was tired of your bullshit. I was tired of you acting like a little bitch.
Yeah, well.
So I kicked you out. But you know what? We might still go ahead and end it.
End it.
And just if you want to come back on and do a little after show shenanigans, which can be like little bonus content. Just get your Bacardi, man.
I already poured me a drink. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, there it
As soon
is.
as I read, I
Yeah,
literally got off and I looked at my phone to check the time, and there was a message from my wife saying,
I know.
"Hey, don't come." And I was like, "Motherfuck!"
I know, because like as soon as I uninvited you, I got a message, I got a voice message, a text message, and then you started calling me, which was throwing me completely off of my rhythm. And I'm like, God damn it, Jeff! I broke up with you for the night. Leave me alone. And then I listened to it, and it was like, okay, I'm unbreaking up with you.
Are we still live or no? Are we
Yeah,
live?
we're live. Yeah, we're live.
Oh shit!
I just
waiting
continued
go
to
live.
I can.
I'm waiting for the live to show up so
Yeah,
I can actually sit down.
Yeah, no, I just continued
I
our
watched the
previous live
TV, so I
because
can see what the fuck I'm talking about.
yeah, no,
Okay, yeah. I'm
well,
waiting to see
because
if
I figured out how to add videos and music and this that, and the other thing. I just played a Blacktop Mojo song to end the show.
which I saw. I was gonna message
Oh.
you in the chat box. Bring me back, bitch! But my phone was sideways, so it wouldn't let me, and I was like, "Oh, fuck this."
But no, so but yeah, let's go ahead and actually wrap it up for real.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and then we'll
guys.
do a yeah. It turns
Yeah,
out if it is could hear me or couldn't hear me, my wife literally sent me a message while we were still live, and I never got the notification. Said, "Hey, don't come," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck,"
Yeah.
and I didn't read it until I was off, and I was like, "God damn it!" Which just I should literally read messages before I jump off the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll go ahead. I did the outro already, but then we came back for a few more minutes and we're bullshitting. So people that are listening are gonna be like, well, we're listening to Blacktop Mojo because they like Blacktop Mojo way more than they like us, and then then all of a sudden it's gonna end and it's gonna be like, what the fuck? They lied to us, these assholes. But here's the thing. Yeah, it's Saturday night. It's we do the show Wednesday and Saturday nights we typically we get a little rambunctious. So we're gonna go ahead and end the actual podcast. Maybe I can get through this without sounding like an asshole this time. Yeah, man, you should have gotten more, but still.
Well, I'm not a heavy drinker, and I can't remember the last time I drank fucking rum.
Now it's fine. What the fuck are you doing back? Pops wants to know what the fuck you're doing back on here. We'll ask him when we come back. We'll be right back for we'll be right back for the after show, which is pretty much the same thing as the main show.
Strong.
But Jesus Christ, Jeff, you hear what I'm doing right now? Stop distracting me.
Sorry, not to stir my drink. All the rum was right on top, so I just had a big old shot of rum.
Yeah, no, we're gonna. This is the for real closeout this time because Jeff's boss told him that he did not have to come get her, and I prematurely, much like Jeff prematurely ejaculates, closed the show, and kicked him out and broke up with him. But we're back together, folks. Everything's fine.
The honeymoon phase finally broke into the real relationship.
we are excuse me while I die. We are in a very toxic relationship.
By choice, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. But on that note, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. Sorry for the tease. If you're not already, check us out on social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and now Twitch, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. Same thing goes for the podcast. If you want to hear every episode of this podcast, if you like what you hear, if you like listening to us act like assholes and ramble on incoherently for hours at a time, well, you can find 35 episodes as of right now on Spotify, Google, Apple, and anywhere you get your podcast jollies. And
not that
if you want to reach out to us,
it's a podcast. God damn it. Rum got to me. Nonsensical Nonsense podcast at gmail.com. Not that anybody ever does, but on the off chance you want to be like, you suck, or if you want to be like that troll that we had last Saturday.
Yeah, as I was going to say before Jeff really interrupted me, if you want to reach out to us on the email for potential guests, if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you know of any guests that would like to be on the show, we do take. We are looking at getting guests on the show, whether it be musicians, actors, comedians,
That
maybe other
reminds me.
podcast hosts, maybe other podcast hosts. That's well, I haven't discussed that with you. We'll bring that up in the after show.
Yeah.
Go ahead, feel free to email us. Again, that's at what's our email, buddy? Can you get
Nonsensical podcast@gmail.com. Sorry, I was rum in my mouth. Jesus Christ. I think I just put a half a bottle of rum in my little glass.
And we will see you here in a few minutes, but we will see you next week.
Wednesday. At a regular
Wednesday.
scheduled time.
Regular scheduled, same nonsensical channel, same nonsensical time. Thanks for listening, Chattersbox. Thanks for being awesome as always. We are officially out of here. Join us for the after show.
Deuces.
Right now. He said deuces. That means I got to figure out how to turn this motherfucking thing off.
Yeah, and re-invite me on the after show. And I'm gonna fry chicken while you're doing that.
Yeah, 36 episodes in. I still don't know how to end the broadcast.
I'm pretty sure by episode 100 you'll have it down.
Maybe,
I'm
possibly.
predicting now.
I was gonna say something. I had a really smart ass comment, and then now I lost it. Anyways, we out of here.
I've done my job.
We're gonna make like a
Free
banana.
and leave.
We're gonna make like a banana and leave.
Wow.